everyone, my name is Manahil, and today we are back with episode 2 of our book review, and this is part 1 of a new series that we are going to call the Khaled Hosseini series. So the first book that we are going to be talking about today is The Kite Runner. The Kite Runner is one of my personal favorite books. I really like it. I really enjoy it. So this may be slightly biased, but for good reason, nevertheless. It's set mostly in Afghanistan and America, with bits of it in Pakistan. It really just kind of revolves around the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan, and also kind of revolves around the war that is currently and has been going on in Afghanistan for quite a long time. So moving on, the themes of the book is quite heavy. I feel like that's a very personal opinion about what you prefer in your books, but it is quite heavily themed. Lots of talk about it's very heavy topics, trying not to give too much away. But despite this, it is so well written. Honestly, one of the most well written books I have ever read, and I have read a lot of books. It's just so impeccably written. The empathy that the reader feels and the sympathy for the characters, it's just so moderately achieved within the reader themselves by this form of writing, and so that was very well done. The characters were honestly absolutely amazing. The way that they were written. Amir, one of our protagonists, he's such a purposely flawed character and it just brings this realistic part of him out, which I really enjoyed, because it's something that we don't really see a lot in books, and it just really makes him human. And our other protagonist, Hassan is kind of like the brother that we all want, but we can't really ever have. And so in those terms, those characters, they really spoke to me. I really liked it. And also, I really liked how, this is kind of specific, but I really liked how a lot of the side characters also played a very big role in the plot, in the beginning, the middle, the end. It was kind of, a progression of them as well that kind of pushed this plot forward. And so it was never really only Hassan and only Amir. It was both of them. It was both of them separately, both of them together, and both of them with these other people that kind of push them to, become the people that they do become by the end of the book. And characters like Baba. Baba was obviously a very, very important character in this book. He was arguably the reason why this plot was driven forward at all, because Amir really just wanted his father's love. Ali, Hassan's father, he also played such a huge role. And so in terms of the characters, just absolutely amazing. I absolutely loved it. So to talk about kind of the progression of the book and kind of what it shows, this book really solidifies the meaning and kind of what effect our childhood has on the rest of our lives. So we see Amir make one, albeit very, very big mistake when he was barely over 10 years old, and it stayed with him for his entire life, basically his entire life. The way that one mistake quite literally shaped what he did, just anything, not even just his, career or the more materialistic parts, but the way he approached life, even when he was so far away from Hassan, and just all of and that one mistake. Obviously, that one mistake is the catalyst that starts this entire book as a whole, but it still really shows you how much your upbringing can affect your outlook on life. And so that was that was really, I guess, not really touching, interesting to see, very eye-opening to see, because it takes you to a completely new perspective, of life, and how our lives aren't just solidified by what we choose as a career or what we choose to do in, I guess, our 20s or our 30s. So it's quite literally a progression of ever since we are born up until we one day leave. So that was very nice to see. I really liked that very, I guess, full circle moment that came up. So that was very nice. However, if I were to nitpick, I would, and this is me saying this because I have to, I would say Asif. Asif as a character, later on in the books, as we progress and move forward, I felt slightly became, the dialogues and the way he spoke, it slightly became a bit unrealistic, I guess, a little bit more generic in the way that he spoke. I completely understood the idea that Hosseini was trying to give in that scene, because that scene itself is a very pivotal part of the book. It comes in quite later, but it still, kind of completely changes the trajectory of where this plot goes. And so I felt like that particular scene could have been done a little bit better, because I felt like he sounded very villainy, maybe slightly cartoonish if I'm pushing it. So yeah, I understood what Asif's role was in that moment. I understood what Hosseini was trying to tell us as readers in that moment about, just that particular scene. I'm not trying to give away too much of the scene because that would be spoiling. But that's really it. And again, this is really just me nitpicking and trying to find something that I may have not liked about the book. So, but it did not change my perception of the book at all. This book is one of the most beautifully written books I have ever read. Just the way that it's worded, the characters, the plot, the storyline, the way it moves forward is just so well written. I would highly recommend this to absolutely anyone who is looking for something to read. It just really is worth your while and will stick with you for a very long time. So, yep, that is it for me for this episode. I will see you guys soon with the next one, and you guys take care. Make sure to subscribe to Synergy's YouTube channel, and I will see you guys soon. Bye-bye.